Well, welcome. The focus of the course is assessment of current products on its circularity and the economic potential of your product when combined with different life prolonging and recovery strategies. So what are we going to do today? Ingrid, maybe you can come in?
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. Great to have you here, and so many. Briefly, what we will do today after this introduction is we'll start with a small quiz about what are circular products. What do you think is circular or not? We'll dive a bit deeper into the reasons for us for developing the course, why we think it's useful for you. And of course, we also love to hear what you want to take away from this course. Then we'll dive a little bit into the approach and the course structure. And want to
this course. And next to it, we have Ingrid de Pauw, an expert in circular product design. And on the right is of design for repair and circularity. Contact details about us can be found on the course website, so look us up on the web. And now let's get back to you.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have time to make a full round of introductions because, as you may have noticed, the course was sold out again. So we have 35 participants from all over the world. But you'll have time on the platform to introduce yourself. What we did make was a map so that you can see where most of you are located. So it's all over the world. So that's great. Of course, there's a small concentration of Dutch participants. Probably has to do with the fact that we're in the Netherlands, but we're all over the world. So we're really happy with that. So welcome everyone, and especially those that had to get up very early or needed to stay up very late to join this live webinar. Great to have you here.
All right. After the session, please introduce yourself on the online platform. It's in the Getting Started section, and you can introduce yourself, but also the product you're going to use in the case study. So, switching. So, as you know, this course is about circular assessment. But when is a product circular? We'll have a small quiz to test this. And we have chosen two products that we will briefly explain. You to answer whether these products are circular products or not. So let's start out with the swap bike, or in Dutch, the swap fiets. Swap bike leases out a means of transportation, in this case, the bicycle, to consumers. And when it breaks or when it needs maintenance, your bike will be swapped by the company and replaced with another one. So tell me, what do you think? Is this product circular? And we have set up a poll, which I have going to start now, and it should pop up. Is it circular? Yes or no? And let's see, this is not the right one. This one, launch. So we'll give you 30 seconds to answer this question.
So there's three choices.
Almost there. All right, we'll have 25 participants have actually filmed. So interesting. I see that 25 of 30% says yes, this product service is a circular product service, but also 60%.
Can I share the results?
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Oh, I share it. Yes,
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't share it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
I already shared it.
Okay,
I'm
super.
sorry. 60% says no, and 30, well, almost 50%, more than 50% says, well, it seems like it, but it depends. And I'm really curious about people who don't think this is a circular product. Please, can you come forward and tell us, maybe in the chat, but also you can just unmute yourself and I'll try to answer. Anybody?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes. So.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, there's some echo. It's with multiple participants, I understand.
Unmute as je nu doet.
Yes. So, sorry, we are in one room, so figuring out the sound. But you can hear me now. I actually didn't know this. No, and I was doubting with the well. It seems like, but it depends, because it depends on what they do with. Well, if they swap your bike, what do they do with the bike they take back to their facilities? So that's maybe my answer then. No, but yeah, it depends on what they do with the bike they take back.
Yeah.
Good point.
Good point. I think they actually maintain it and repair it. If it's broken or a tire is broken, they will repair it, and they have some centers at a certain spot. I don't know how it is in Europe, but they actually went international a couple of years ago, and everything will be repaired and reused in another setting for somebody else. So you actually lease the bike, but you lease a means of transportation instead of the bicycle itself.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else who wants to comment on this? Or just comment, it's okay as well.
Yeah, just one comment that it depends on the how this company keep track of the, I mean, that spare parts of this bicycle.
Yeah.
I mean that through consumers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. When they started out, they had different bicycles. So they actually had different types of bicycles. And at a certain point, they collaborated with one company, Union, and they actually now use this kind of bicycle. So they have standardized their bicycle for repair also, and actually have a large stock spare parts. So I think they improved over the years and becoming more circular in a sense. And they even have e-bikes nowadays, so they have much more for people to use. On the other hand, you can imagine the bicycle breaks down very easily because you don't own it. If you don't own it, then often it's not used very nicely. If you own the bicycle by yourself and you bought it for maybe €1,000, you actually are very careful with it. And leased bicycles, same thing counts for leased cars, are not being taken care of very well, I think, in general. So that means it will break down easier and so on. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else wants to comment, or otherwise we'll move on to the next one?
Comment in the chat.
All right, I can see the chat.
Yeah, but it was already Irina already unmuted.
All right.
So thanks for that. Yeah, shall we move to the next one?
Yes, we'll do.
It's about circular clockworks, a rather, I think, more unfamiliar example. The first sentence on their website is, we want to show the world that recycled materials are not a waste of time. And to give you some extra information, the product you see here, all materials, all parts are made of recycled materials. Parts that can fail or can be scratched can be repaired by the company. And if you want, you can even resell your older watch back to the company. Yeah, so that's the second example. So Bas will start another poll with the question, is this a circular product? To show the world that recycled materials are not a waste of time. Of course, has to do with the company. But fair point because so many products are only made with virgin materials.
Well, starting out with recycled material also helps.
Yeah,
I think.
there's quite a competition going on.
Yes, I see.
The no department still, it's getting less more. Yeah, you can still influence the end scores. So if you haven't decided yet, yeah, I think everyone's.
Oh, we're there. Yes, and poll and share the results.
And quite mixed opinions. So would anyone that voted yes, this product is circular, like to unmute and say why you think this is a great example of circular products? Just feel free to unmute.
Yeah, I can say something.
Yeah,
I was just looking on their website, but I'm not sure if they offer a service also of taking back the watches. So that's why I was in doubt whether or not they also have a circular service, or if they just or if you just buy the product and then it's up to the consumer if they send it back to get new parts of the watch.
Yeah, I think you buy it and then there was the option to also sell it back to them.
There's an option to sell it back and also repair, but that's mainly done by the company itself. So you cannot repair it by yourself. You just have to send it back and it will be repaired for you.
Yeah, and that's part of the service when you buy it. It's not an extra.
Not sure, but this example is merely for the discussion,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So what would be important for you to decide on yes or no? So fair point.
I think it's a fair point. If
Yeah.
it's part of the service, or maybe if you have a service model that you actually pay for it and every year, then it will be repaired when it breaks down. It's a service which is better, more circular than not having that.
Yeah, and I'm curious because one of you that voted yes, what was your main reason to vote for yes? Nice to share.
Yeah, I want to share a bit. I think because you don't use new materials, so you only make it from recycled materials.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Great
From
point.
my insight.
Yeah.
And we're going to find out later in the course that actually that helps in becoming more circular.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
definitely. Virgin materials versus recycled materials.
Yeah. And as the last one for this example, so someone that voted no, this product is not circular. What was your reason for voting no? I can't imagine that you all change your mind just because of the discussion. There's also good reasons for saying no. Anyone? This is one of the few live sessions that we have, so that's why we promote that you unmute and share.
All right.
But you can also put it in the chat. Because of time, what we'll do is simply move on. But what you already have seen from the discussion, that of course it very much depends on a lot of things, both in the business model, the design of the products, and what materials you use. So it's not from seeing, and of course this was a simple slide, but from seeing the product and knowing what the company describes about it, it's not entirely clear whether a product is circular or not, right? So it always depends on the business case and how to close the loop. And that difficulty was one of the key reasons why we decided to develop this course, and of course the method behind it, and share it with you. So that brings us to the reasons why we have set up this course. And what I want to stress is it was already described in the course announcement, but this is not a course introducing you to the circular economy or circular business models. We really focus on assessing for circularity. So if you don't have that background knowledge, we kindly refer you to the MOOC, so the Massive Open Online Course of TU Delft. So if you want to, get to know the basic concept or refresh your theoretical knowledge, there's a second course that you can follow. You can do it by autonomous learning. But we're really focusing on how to design products that fit within that new circular economy, just so you know. And yeah,
Go ahead, Ingrid.
no, I'll move to you, to the first
All
one.
right, so let's get started.
Yeah.
Well, Circular is the new business that provides companies with new opportunities with a sustainable future in mind, where value is captured for a longer period, repair and maintenance, and products, maintaining a product, like you can see here in at the top of the hill, of the value hill. And I don't know if people know this value hill, but it actually shows the build-up, how products are being made. On the left side, you see it's being, the materials are being sourced, materials are being manufactured, parts are being assembled, and it's being sold to the user. And actually, that's adding value to materials. When it's being used, after use, it's being destroyed mainly in the linear economy. And of course, we can extend life by means of repair and maintenance. But also at the bottom, you see there's recycling options, where materials are recovered and recycled to become new materials for new products. Actually, this is slightly in place in most countries, where products are mainly materials from are being recovered. This is not only a circular economy. In between the top and the bottom of the hill, other value recovery strategies can be followed, like remanufacturing or refurbishment. And in refurbishment, the product is checked, critical components are replaced, and the product is resold as new. While the above reasons are intrinsically motivated, there are also extrinsic motivation to go circular. So other reasons to go circular are, for instance, the Green Deal, where Europe is transitioning towards a circular economy, preserving our natural capital with zero pollution in mind. This gives businesses new opportunities to onshore their production back to Europe again and change their business from linear to a circular one. The European Union also enforces companies to build more sustainable products by means of standards like the EN 45554, which focuses on repair, reuse of components, and upgradability. But also other standards in the series of focusing on refurbishment, remanufacturing, and recycling. So if you want to check out more about these standards, the 4555X standards, you can find them on the website, where we have referred to them online. These are also applicable for only energy-related products within the scope of eco-design and energy labeling framework. Since 2022, we also have the new French Repairability Index, which is based on the EN 45554. And actually, we're going to have more of that upcoming in the upcoming years, where repairability of consumer electronics is going to be part of the labeling scheme. So the EU and finally demand from consumer organizations like the Right to Repair movement, who wants to allow consumers to be able to repair and modify their own consumer electronic device. If you can't open it, you don't own it. That's their motto. The primary debate is mainly in the US, and nowadays it's getting really traction in the European Union as well. And we see a lot of things happening in Brussels.
Bas, question from Cor, is the EN 45554 also for business-to-business products? Do you know?
I think it focuses on electronic related products. And it doesn't really make a difference between business-to-business products or business-to-consumer products. So I think so, if it's an energy-related product, sorry. That's it. So if it has electronics in it, it will be part of it.
Yeah. But we have put some more information about legislation like these on the platform, and just type any questions. So if you can't find sufficient information about it, we'll try and look it up for you. Yeah, so these are some of the reasons why we thought it would be very valuable to have this course. But of course, we're very curious to hear why you want to attend this course. So we would like contributions from everyone. So if you could please type that in the chat. And then for some of you, it would be nice if you could just simply unmute and tell us about it. So what is one of the key reasons why you participate? Because it can be quite diverse for different participants, of course. Well, of the chats. Yeah, I think to have a robust way to assess circularity. There have been, there are different metrics. Some are company level, so we focus really on the product level.
Yes.
Because we want to be able to design products for the circular economy. But that's a very nice insight.
And Tobias says there he wants to learn more and apply knowledge directly. So that's a good thing. That's why we all here for. And there's somebody.
And it's very, very easy. It's a very practical course. As you know, you will be working on a product, taking it apart. So you will apply it directly.
I can share something.
Yes, please do. Please do so.
Hi, I'm an industrial to use the methodology to really have a structured approach to analyzing the products.
I think we will keep you satisfied in this course about that. Yeah, good to hear. Yeah, anyone else?
Tom is developing. We're assessing the product and if it fits within a circular economy, instead of only assessing the circular business case. I think that's where the circular economy MOOC comes in, which can help you out if this is going to be a circular business case.
Yeah, I see in the chat a message from S. van Halles. Sorry, I don't know your first name by heart yet. And you're also referring to LCA, which is a very good point because LCA is typically used to assess environmental impact in our current economy as well. So what you will not find in this course is a method for LCA. So it's complementary. We are teaching you methods and tools to assess to what extent your product already fits within a circular economy. And while both contribute to the same goal of fitting our whole system within, how do you say it, a safe and healthy economy, they don't necessarily give you the same results because LCA is assessing environmental impact in our current predominantly linear system, I would argue, whereas these tools are helping you to already redesign your product for a circular economy.
No.
And it's not by definition the same, and it's certainly a topic we can discuss more in the discussion session.
Yes. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Stefan has a nice one working in the aviation industry. Topic. Yeah. So Core says he wants to use tools to use and share in our company to further stimulate designs with circular life integrated again and again. I think the tools will help you out. Also, it's actually disassembling products is something you will have to do for the rest of your life. If to learn about how things are connected and becoming a circular practitioner. I think opening up stuff really helps in how things should not be made or maybe how things could be made. And I think that's how we learn also during the process. Not only the tools, but also the process of learning is important.
Yeah. And you already see from the comments is that we have a great diversity of product cases within this course, and I think that results with your fellow participants, so you can also see how it applies if you would be designing a different product. Each has its own unique opportunities and issues probably when analyzing, depending on how simple or complex it is and within what context it was designed.
Yeah.
So that's also, we very much encourage all of you to share your results and see what everyone has done.
Mhm.
So this is great. We also hope you will put this motivation on the platform where you can read it also after the webinar to see if people align with your expectations or if it's very different, and we can have a discussion on that.
All right. Somin has answered that I want to eliminate all unsustainable design choices in furniture. And I think we don't just assembly, the ease of disassembly, for instance, finding the spots which well, in return has the highest value, can be reused, serial reuse. I think we're going to definitely go into that.
Yeah. Tima asked a question. The results are only shared with fellow participants, right? Yes, you're absolutely right. In choosing a case to work on within this course, we kindly ask you to choose a product that's not highly confidential, because the sharing part of the course is really valuable and adding to your knowledge.
Yeah.
So if there's, because we share the links with you, we ask you to not share that any further, but we can't guarantee it. So if you do want to only work on a case that's highly, give feedback on your work, be confidential.
Yeah.
But what you could do at the same time is take a very simple product, maybe one that you have at home, and do all the exercises with that product, and then at the same time apply it to your own very confidential product yourself. So that could be
okay, clear, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. I think just trying out these tools with products of your own might also help, just to get acquainted with the tools and with the methods we propose.
Yeah.
House this, and next step is actually applying it to case study which you are interested in, for instance.
Yeah.
So.
But it's of course nice if you have a product that you designed yourself, so that you know why a specific part was designed in a certain way. And of course, you also need to have a bill of materials. If you don't have it already, we give you tips on how to make a simple bill of materials. So that won't be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last one I see from Hector. Maybe you can answer that question, Ingrid.
I think Hector is introducing themselves. So we have experts working on biodegradable and compostable materials. That's very interesting. Typically, with industrial designers, the key focus is on technical materials. So I'm really looking forward to see what that brings and what may be issues that you're facing. And we'll try to dedicate time to that if there's any questions that we can't answer straight away.
Yeah, I therefore I have to say that the tools we developed are mainly focusing on complex products with a lot of parts. And if you look at packaging, for instance, and reuse of packaging or recycling of packaging, mostly a single material part or maybe double material part, it's more difficult to apply in this setting, I think. So I don't know if that was the reason why you actually put it there, but okay.
Yes, and we have a question about the product checklist. Choose a product of 10 to 20 parts. I don't understand the reason behind this, so thanks for asking. So the reason is we suggest you to take a product that's not that doesn't have like 2,000 parts, and it's very easy, right? So if you really take them apart, even a product like a stroller already has many parts and materials. So you can use this course to analyze that product, but it will take you way more time than is allocated by us. So you can do it, but we suggest to start with a relatively simple product, because it's, to get to know the tools and see how they work. But if you have plenty of time, feel free to take a more complex product. But honestly, we would advise against it. If you're here with a team, so some of you are with 4 or 5 people from one company, you could also divide a product into modules and each analyze a module, if that works. And as Bas said, if you have a mono-material product, one part, one material, then doing a hotspot analysis, for instance, will be difficult, right? Because you only have one part, so that will probably be your hotspot. So it can be done, but you will not get most out of the tools. So that's the reason.
So we need semi-complex products with at least 10 parts, and maybe go up to 30 to 40 parts. That's it. We have our Blender case, which we show during the project, during the course, which consisted of more than 50 parts. And it took us a while to disassemble it and made the bill of materials, which we're going to do during the course as well. And actually, every part takes more time. So limiting your part number will limit the time you have to invest during the course. And we've seen case studies where people brought in their CV kettle, or I don't know what the English word for it is, a boiler, water heater, which consisted of a lot of parts, and that was a full nighter, I can assure you.
Well, it's easier to do once you know how the tools work, right?
Yeah.
So then it becomes easier. So we've listed several examples. You can also ask us on the discussion forum, look, I want to analyze this product. It doesn't really fit. What do you think? And ask our recommendations. Yeah, just feel free to share.
Let's go to the main approach,
yes.
The structure of the course. I think we can discuss this a lot longer, but seeing the time, I think we should go and move over to the approach, the structure.
Yes, indeed. So you all received the course syllabus. If not, please tell us via the chat, but you should have received that via email. And of course, as of today, you can also visit the course platform, so it's also there. Yeah, we're also already at that slide. I'll give you a short overview. The syllabus tells you what are the learning objectives, what is it that we expect from you, and what can you expect from us. You can already see the image, the course structure. I'll dive into that a little bit more. And a little bit about assessment, which is important to some of you. Others may just simply want to learn and don't really care about the assessment. That's up to you, but you can read that all in the syllabus. But zooming into that, please take your time to have a look at the platform. It can be overwhelming because, as always, there's a platform that probably you're not accustomed to using. But it will become intuitive throughout the course. So the first thing we recommend you to do is, after the getting started section, is make sure that you know the syllabus and simply start with episode 1. So you can just briefly go, through the different steps. It's very straightforward.
Yeah.
So this is the setup of the course. So if you click again, Bas, at the top, you will see the 4 episodes. Yep. So we have, this is the kickoff, and we'll start with week 1. Then we have 2 episodes that will take 2 weeks because it will take some time to do the assignments. So hotspot mapping and circular impact, and we'll end with the module reflection. So where you're looking back at your results. And if you can click again.
Inside. No.
Yeah. So here are the main contents. So every episode is divided in some sub-episodes. So for instance, for episode 1, we now in the introduction, you'll get to see some content on the business value hill that you also saw on a previous slide. You have a small assignment that I'll discuss a little bit more later. So every week has some episodes with content, and it ends with an assignment. You will hand in the assignment on Monday, and we will look through all the assignments and make a feedback video that we will share with you on the next Wednesday.
So these are the
let's see.
assignments, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, those are the assignments. And let's see, yeah, smaller chunks. Let's see if I don't forget to tell you anything. So for each episode, there's a discussion forum. So you can ask questions also to each other, right? Not only to us. And the assignments will gradually walk you through the process of assessing your case product.
Yeah.
And after finishing the episode, again, you upload your deliverable and we give feedback.
Yeah. Maybe I can add something to that. So to experience tools and learn by doing, we have defined 11 assignments, of which 4 are required for the certificate. So actually 4 are going to be assessed, and those are the last ones in the list. So for next week, we're going to look at assignment 1, find value capture example. That's something which we ask you to do and send in before Monday. And then the weeks after, we're going to do hotspot mapping, which consists of 3 assignments, assignment 2, 3, and 4, which is partially adding up to the final deliverable assignment 5, which is going to be the interpretation. And that's something which we will look into and actually give feedback on. So this is how the structure is being built up, I think.
Yeah. And that first assignment is simply to find an example of a company that's capturing value. So it's really to get into the mode, experience how to upload your assignments and to share your results. So that should be fairly easy. So the deadline is Monday by 11 o'clock in the morning, Central European Standard Time. So please make yourself familiar about what that time means at your location and upload it. If you don't make the deadline, don't worry, you'll simply not be included in the feedback video. So we hope you can make the deadline. It's quite simple, so we hope it will be doable, but of course, we don't know your agendas. So
bear in mind, it takes about 4 to 6 hours each week to run this course. So keep some time slot available for doing so. And preferably before Mondays, 11 o'clock, because actually then we are going to look into the deliverables.
And as for any student at TUDEL, we recommend you to keep in track in pace of the course materials, because it will be very difficult to do everything in the last week.
All right. Okay.
We know how that works. Yeah. So please try and plan time for that.
Yeah. Instead of only uploading your files for us, we would like to and love you to share your deliverables. So first assignment is a sharing via the Miro board. So actually you see what the other participants upload, and you can even give them feedback on their deliverable. So the first assignment will be the CertPact 1 assignment 20, and the Miro board will be opened. I think it's already opened. And you can upload your deliverable over there. Nice pictures are are appreciated, and short text, just like said in the assignment. We have made an example so you can see what we expect, and we've done this for every episode. So every episode has its own Miro board, which is going to be available at the time when the episodes will run. And yeah, that's concerning the approach and the structure.
Yeah.
And
if you are not yet familiar with Miro, don't worry. There's simply a link on the platform that you can click. There's a password, so not everyone can easily access it. And there's some tips about how to start with using Miro on the Miro board.
yeah,
And if you have any questions, simply type them in the discussion board and we will help you out. Yeah, we have a question, right? So Thomas is asking, is it allowed to work as a team on one assignment? Very good question. I would recommend you to work on separate assignments. So either take one product and divide it into modules. So we had the example of a dishwasher where one person was doing the dishwasher door. So dividing it into separate modules.
on the other hand, it's so much fun to do with the two of you, actually disassembling products, so you can actually have a more complex product as well, and running through the course materials.
Yeah.
So yeah, both of them is it's okay if you do so. It's all about the learning process, and it's always much more fun if you do it with the two. I think.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, but then I guess if you want a certificate, then you both need to upload that assignment. But then if it's sufficiently complex, it's fine with us. We're not in that sense grading you as we do our students that do the bachelor or master here. It's for your learning, and we try to guide you as good as possible. Yeah,
Right.
but it is necessary to upload the assignments if you want your certificates.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is concerning the approach and structure. I think if there are any questions, just put them in the chat, and we can answer them during the Q&A later on. So we hope this course will help you out in designing products which will last longer and don't break the circular loop. And like Kyle Wien said, let's fix the world one gadget at a time. And I hope we'll address this in the future, and then we can become more circular in the future. All right, thank you very much for your attentions. And if you have any questions, then this is the time to ask. You can put your questions in the chat, or maybe come forward and unmute yourself.
Yeah, because we still have some time left to make sure that you can ask everything.
We have a question.
Yeah.
I do have a question. So do we need to have the boom from the start? Because I would have to create the boom by disassembling it. And is there a risk that I'm destroying the product, the purpose, if I disassemble it into a material level or something, if I disassemble it to...
Yeah, well, we always prefer a gentle dismantle, which means that you actually break it down until it's parts which cannot be unbroken anymore. So parts like desoldering parts or snap fits, which break down during the process, are not preferred. So a gentle dismantle is bringing it down to parts which are in full, and you can reassemble them so you can reuse it again. On the other hand, there's always a chance that things will break during the process. So if you prefer already broken product, that's even better. You can even repair it in the process if you like.
Yeah. So if you're very, very, very attached to your case product and you don't want it to get broken, please choose a different product. Yeah. So we have tips for products that have glued parts. Bas is really the disassembly expert. So just put that in the chat if you don't know. We can already start explaining it now, but I think that would be too soon. But we have a workaround for glued parts.
Just heating it up and it will unglue itself.
So you don't need to be, if you have a printed circuit board, we don't expect you to take apart the entire printed circuit board. No. And you don't need to have the bill of materials straight from the start, because you can make one during the process.
Yeah. And that's what we're going to use in episode 3 as well.
Yeah.
You will find the Miro boards on the platform. Thank you, Sanne. I see you already answered this question. So, all right.
So I do have a second question. Is it just enough to upload the assessment on Miro or somewhere else?
No, good question, Tobias. It's all explained step by step on the platform. So if you work through it, you will see that you're asked to share a link to your work on the platform. That's for the official assessment. The reason why we do it is that if you have confidential information, it's not stored on a TU Delft server, but it's only stored locally. And you grant us access to your drive that you have available. And for sharing purposes, you also share it via the Miro board. Yeah, so it's a bit double, but that's for confidentiality reasons.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
And yes, Lizzie, deadlines are last date. So if you submit it sooner, that's fine.
That's even better.
That's perfect. The only thing is that new episodes will only start the next week, so you cannot do everything already this week, for instance, because the next episodes will start later, and we can check what is the date that the last episode will start, but I think you will be fine.
Yeah, and we will have a final meeting just like this, which is a live meeting where we're gonna reflect on your work and where you can ask your last questions within the team. So actually, it would be nice if you could be there during this final Zoom session.
Yeah, we already have the date for that.
I think so, but I don't have the agenda.
In the meantime, Irina, I'm seeing that you have issues signing in at the platform. If you have those issues, if you already see the mail to the online learning platform, please contact them directly. Otherwise, you can simply email us and we will forward it to the online learning platform so they can help you out. So
what's the email address, Ingrid?
It's the one that you received the emails from, so circular-assessment.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the assessment is written wrong. But this is where we have to deal with already for 3 years. So this is the email address.
I think Juan would like to unmute. I see a hand.
Yes, hello, how are you? I have a question about the use of the circularity calculator. In which week is going to happen, the use of this tool?
That's in episode 3.
You mean third week, yeah?
No, that's week number 4.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, thank you.
Yeah, because you have 2, so both for episode 2 and 3, you now have 2 weeks. So we've extended the course with an extra week, as we learned that it takes some time to run the analysis. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. Any other questions? And you can also send an email if you have a question at the later stage. No problem. We're going to try to give you feedback. Our TAs will give you feedback, or ourselves as soon as possible.
Yeah.
All right.
If we maybe stop sharing screen, we can still see.
No, but I really want to show a little bit. It's an extra slide, Ingrid.
Nice.
So what's up next? Well, first run through the getting ready section where you can find the syllabus with dates and deadlines in the course. So find yourself a project if you haven't had that, and introduce yourself. It would be really nice to see in the upcoming days who's actually participating in this course. We have a discussion forum opened up for you, so add your name and project, and maybe also a picture of the project.
Some of you already did, so thanks for that.
All right. And then run through the kickoff sections and start with episode 1, which is the hotspot mapping and disassembly mapping. That's what we're going to start next week. And you have 2 weeks for that. But first do the kickoff section and the getting ready sections. All right. And my slides are not working. I don't know what's happening. This is it. And I got a very nice movie for you from Karel Bran, who actually tore down this rotary tool. And this is what we're going to do in the upcoming weeks as well, and have some nice cool pictures.
Yeah, and it's not that you have to make a video that's this neat.
That's always fun.
Yeah, you can do whatever you like, but don't take this as a standard to use. But it was a nice example.
All right. Okay. I will unshare and then maybe you can do that or stop sharing.
Yeah.
All right.
And see, okay, how many people are here? That's super.
It's about 30 years.
Yeah, platform, but very nice anyway. It was great to have so many of you participating in the live session. We know it can be. Your colleagues that weren't available, we will post the video as soon as possible on the platform. Please allow us some time for the editing. Yeah, we're very much looking forward to seeing your case products and your work, and we hope you enjoy it as much as we're always doing.
Looking forward.
Thank you.
See you.
Thank you.
Thank you.